were in the video before, using that mnemonic, daddy, mommy, sister, brother, rover, to help you remember which step comes next. Go ahead and write out your steps to the side. D, M, S, B, R, daddy, mommy, sister, brother, rover. Now, first asking yourself, can I, daddy, divide? Well, if I'm taking a look at 1, no, I can't make a group of 3, but I could make a group of 3 out of 19. So I'm going to say no, put my 0 placeholder. I cannot make a group of 3 out of 1, but I can 19. Thinking about your multiples of 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 would be too many. So we could stop here at 18. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 3. So we're going to record our 6 for how many groups of 3 we created when we divided. We're going to multiply. Well, those 6 groups of 3 were equal to 18 when we multiply. Then we're going to subtract. 19 minus 18 is equal to 1. We're going to brother, ask ourselves if there's anything to bring down. Well, there's no value over here. There's nothing over here next to the ones place, so there's nothing to bring down. Is there a remainder? Well, after we subtracted, there was something left over that did not fit into an equal group. So yes, we do have 6 with a remainder of 1. Now we're going to use the inverse operation to help us check our work. We're going to say, well, if I had 6 groups of 3, that is equal to 18. And if I add 1 more, which was my remainder, that brings me back to 19, which was the original dividend that I started with, the total that I divided into groups of 3. Now, remember, your number you're dividing into total groups is your dividend, your divisor is the number you're making equal groups of, and then your answer is the quotient. So how many equal groups or something that may have a remainder you created after dividing, making those equal groups. Looking at your second guided practice problems, writing your steps. Daddy, mommy, sister, brother, rover. Now, daddy, divide. Can I make a group of 7 out of 3? No, I cannot, but I can make a group of 7 out of 33. So let's think about our multiples of 7. 7, 14, 21, 28. I'm getting close. 35. Okay, 35 would be a little bit too much. So I can only make 4 groups of 7 when I divide. If I multiply now, 7 times 4 gives me 28 in those 4 groups. I can subtract that 28 to see if I have anything left over. I have 5 left over and I subtract. Bring down, well, there's nothing over here to bring down in the next place value. Do I have a remainder? Yes, and you need to make sure if you have a number left over that that number is less than the number you're making equal groups out of. If it is, that is your remainder. You can no longer make equal groups of 7. So we're going to take this remainder and bring it up. I have 4 equal groups with a remainder of 5 left over as my quotient. Now let's use the inverse operation to check our work. We're going to say 7 groups of 4. When I multiply is 28. And if I add that remainder of 5, I get my original dividend of 33. So that tells me I do have the correct answer when I can multiply to check my work here. All right, your third practice problem, you had 45 divided by 3. Again with your steps. Daddy, mama, sister, brother, rover. Let's daddy, divide. Can I make groups of 3 out of 4? We sure can. If we're thinking about our multiples of 3, 3, 6 would be too many, so I can make 1 group of 3 out of 4. Mama, multiply. 3 times 1 is equal to 3. Sister, subtract. 4 minus 3 gives us 1 left over. Brother, bring down. Now, we haven't done anything with this 5 yet, so we can bring that down next to our 1. And now we have 15. Now, 15 is not a remainder because it is larger than our divisor here. So we know we can go back up here and make another, go ahead and go through those steps again to make equal groups of 3. So let's divide again. Making equal groups of 3, how many groups of 3 can you make out of 15? Thinking about your multiples of 3 again, let's continue our list. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups of 3. that are equal to 15. When I multiply 3 times 5, I get 15. If I subtract, there's nothing left over. I don't have any other numbers over here to bring down anywhere. Do I have a remainder? No, I have nothing left over after I've subtracted. So my quotient must be 15. Now let's check. Does 15 groups of 3 equal 45? 3 times 5 is 15. I'm going to record my 5, carry my 1. 3 times 1 is 4, plus the 1 I carried makes 45. So yes, I do end up with my original dividend when checking my work. So you have the correct answer. I hope this guided practice helps you. Please make sure you're recording your steps as you're doing those independent practice problems on your sheet of paper and taking a picture of your work when you submit those today.